Similar Podcast.
Cheer. What's good? What's going on? We are back. Ali Similar Podcast, Season 2, Episode number 3. I am Rello. To the right of me, I have
DJ Dane-Ja.
DJ Hypa, I'm here. What up?
Darren, what's good?
Joe.
Ease.
Boom, bomb. It feels good to be back. Took a little time off, but we are back. You know, we had to upgrade.
Yeah, man.
We had to bring the heat, get this thing looking how it's supposed to be looking. Feels good. We look good. So
Shout out to Apple Podcasts, man.
just cause,
real,
right?
man.
It's a big
Love
fact.
Love y'all.
He's got me dying already, sir.
Y'all take y'all time out to talk to the people. Let them know what's going on with it. Let them know what's going on with us. Anything different, anything new, all that other stuff.
Of course. Tell them when they see the video, we got a new backdrop. You know what I mean? All our logos. I can't wait till y'all see the YouTube video. Can't wait till y'all see the footage. You know what I mean? It's
fire.
Feels great.
Fuego.
That's a big fact. Easy, you can put them on to what's new with you.
Yeah, so I am newly engaged, expecting my first child.
What's up?
Yeah.
Congrats again, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks a lot. You know, my brothers was around to celebrate these things with me, so I appreciate all of y'all for that. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a great year, man. I got a good feeling about 2019, bro.
Energy is great, right?
Energy is amazing, man.
Yeah, 2019 feels pretty good, man. Pretty good right now. Danger, where you been at, man? Let the people know where you been at, where you going to be at.
Grinding. I'm grinding.
Let's get our brands open and going right now real quick for the people.
DJ Dane-Ja, I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? The grind never stopped. The grind is actually elevating. You know what I mean? I got a little twist to my name. You could also call me DJ Will now. Not DJ D Will. I'm still DJ Dane-Ja, but I'm also DJ D Will. You feel me? Like Jay-Z could have, you know what I mean, his AKA
Jigga.
names. He got Hove, he got Jigga. So I said, why I can't do the same thing? You know what I'm saying? So you could call it my alter ego, whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean? But you got options when you speak to me. But
Yes,
Come at him correct.
sound like I was boss talking to right. You got options when you speak to me, nigga. You know, I'm still at my Saturday spot at La Rive, you know what I mean? And all my upcoming gigs, just check me out on IG, DJDANE.JA.
Yes, sir. Hyper, what we got going on, bro?
To piggyback off of Danger, of course, the grind never stops. If anything, for me, the grind is actually going to be more, because right now I'm on standby. My daughter could be born at any minute now. So I'm definitely happy about that. And
Blessings, boy.
like I said, right now my mindset is just to grind harder, you know what I'm saying? So I got mouths to feed. I got people that's relying on me. So
Motivation right
no
there.
letdowns right now. It's like level up for real.
Yes,
Word.
sir. Now or never. Quicks, what's good with the fix? What's good with the brand? And all that good stuff.
It's moving. Got a couple of things in the works.
Yes,
I helped my
facts.
man do like a little submission film type of thing. So that got me moving with the whole directing short film. So
That's up on the gram and the Facebook and all that, right?
Yeah. It's on everything. I'm doing a couple photo shoots with a couple influencers. That's actually helping me out. So I mean, just keep it making sure I stay busy.
Yes, sir. I got something coming real soon for the people. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but looking out in April, I got something coming out for the people. You're going to see the logo, so just stay tuned. I got some stuff coming.
For some reason, it's like, as much we excited to tell the people,
I
but
know, I'm like-
sometimes it's like you feel like you want to say something, but because it's like you don't want to jinx yourself.
Yeah, I feel like that.
Yeah,
I feel like that.
It's like I really feel right now we all got something going on, but it's just like sometimes when you wanna put it out there because you're so excited,
Sorry.
but sometimes it's like, damn, you're gonna put it out there, and then now you kind of put yourself in the spotlight where it's like
Expectations and all that.
Yeah. So like for some reason I just feel like it's something that I feel we would want to tell the people, but it's just at the end of the day we have this thing where we don't want to let anybody down.
You know what?
Yeah,
I agree with that, but I have a different take on that. I feel like once you tell the people what you're doing and what you got going on, it's like you hold yourself accountable. I told you this is what I'm going to do, so now I have no choice but to let it manifest.
But
You
at
feel
the
me?
same
That's
time,
true,
the
too.
speed bump coming, and sometimes it might not be your fault. People that knows you personally is gonna be like, yo, I already know Danger grinds.
Everybody's human. Everybody goes
You
through
know
up
what
and
I'm
down.
saying? So-
Let the people see you fall. Let the people see you get back up. They'll appreciate it more.
Sometimes the story
some,
is
not all.
Sometimes the triumph
don't
is
care about
better
the
than,
people who don't
you know what I'm saying,
Fuck
coming out the gate lit. You know
Fuck
what I
them
mean?
niggas.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then
June,
you
talk
can
to the
start
people.
lit, and then people be like, I'm tired of him winning.
Mm-hmm.
That happens. Sad but true.
Mm-hmm.
Very June.
I got a few things coming up. Working on a sports podcast. Well, got a sports
Already
podcast
got it,
going on. Way I see it, trying to rebrand it.
What's the name of the sports podcast?
Shoot for it podcast.
All right.
Okay.
Yes,
Where we
sir.
can find that at?
You can find it on SoundCloud and a few platforms working on.
Okay. What's the other thing you was talking about?
Uh,
The way you see it,
The
John?
way I see it, yeah, it's like gonna be based on like different type of multimedia type of facets or whatever like that. Really working on a documentary, but to be determined with when I drop it.
Okay. Sounds good, man. Let other people know what we doing so they can stay
Elevation.
informed. Let them know that we working as well as they working, so everything is all good.
See what you mean. I really don't like talking about myself. So
I'm telling you,
like
son, it's not that. It's not even on some cocky shit. It's just like when you when you feel like you have to talk about yourself. It's like you really gotta think about. I'm gonna say this. I want to do this. But then it's like
You feel like you're selling yourself or something.
Yeah. Dead ass.
It's like, believe me.
Niggas on some
You
prostitute
know what I'm
shit.
saying?
You in the corner selling your box.
That come with the territory, though, man. That's just what it is. It's part of the whole branding system. So we're going to jump right into things like we always do, fresh back, and we're going to go right into this. First thing on the docket I got here is the Colin Kaepernick situation. Colin Kaepernick finally comes to a settlement in his collusion case against the NFL. There's no details really released as to far, or they can't really release the details because both sides agreed to, basically not saying anything.
Non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah, non-disclosure agreement. So they won't be, saying the details of the settlement. But he got his settlement. Everything is done with that case. But a lot of people are saying that he should have stuck it all the way out to the end. It's kind of a sellout, like he's selling out for $1, et cetera, et cetera. I just wanted to get you guys input on it, how you feel. As far as Kaepernick, do you feel like he sold out or, that kind of thing?
I personally, I don't know how to take it because they have a non-disclosure agreement. It's like, what are the terms? What's the settlement? How does it work? Normally, to me, I feel like when you settle, that means without actually admitting it, you are wrong. If that makes it's like you taking guilt and you like, all right, we know we did something, so we'll settle with you because we don't want to go any further. Like I've been in cases where I've been in accidents and it wasn't my fault, and I went to court and they proved that it wasn't my fault, it was the other person's fault. So instead of trying to keep going and then worry about how much money who's gonna get, they just say, all right, we'll settle with you because you won the early part of the case. So I feel like he won because I feel like they settled because they couldn't prove that they didn't collude against him, and part of it also feels like he couldn't prove fully that you colluded against me. So I'll take the settlement type of situation. So
Yeah, go ahead.
To piggyback off what Darren said, I feel by the settlement, it kind of clearly tells me that the NFL, they don't want to get that kind of embarrassment. Like I feel like at this point, this deal kind of really show people that Kaepernick made them, technically he made them admit that he did something wrong. And right now they don't want to extend that because I feel here's the thing. I feel at this point, if Kaepernick is not going to ever play in a game of football, I'm gonna tell you my reasoning why. If let's assume that he had the evidence, and the NFL don't want those evidence to come out. If there was to go to trial or whatever the case is, if Cap wins, technically, he already win.
I'm about to say that he technically kind of still won.
Technically, he already got a W. I feel like by them this non-disclosure shit, that's already like a semi-W. And if he was to win that case, technically he can sue them. So the NFL don't even want to go there. And on the opposite side now, if the NFL feel that if they won the case and they feel Cap didn't have enough evidence, just for the simple fact that the NFL had to go through this whole thing for like 2 years with him, automatically he's still not going to be able to play. So even if he wins and he sued them or whatever the case is, they can be like, we lost this case.
You'll never ever play again.
We're
Which
never
probably
gonna play
still
again.
probably will happen. He probably still won't play again.
Right. So
So
technically right now the struggle for Cap to me would be, are you going to just accept the settlement and take the money? Or if, let's say, you were to actually consider playing again, would you even consider playing again after everything? And not to mention Andy Reid. Andy Reid just
So I got his
with the Panthers.
Mhm.
So it's like he's
Who?
still
What?
Andy
He
Reid.
got
He
a
got a
contract
contract
with the
with North Carolina. He signed a contract.
He was part of the
Dane?
case. Yeah, he was part of the collusion case with Kaepernick.
With
It was
Kaepernick.
like both of them was
Right, but then
Suing
he
the
get a
NFL.
Not Andy Reid. Eric Reid.
is the
Eric-
coach.
Eric-
I was like, who?
Eric
Reid's the
Andy
coach
Reid's
of
the
Kansas
coach.
City.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
what?
You know
I'm
what I mean.
bugging.
Not Andy
Eric-
Reid. Eric
Eric
Reid.
Reid.
So
Eric Reid.
yeah, I feel like at this point he's still playing football and Cap is not. Don't even have a team to even play for.
Mhm.
So I feel like at this point it's more like, okay, what's next for Cap? That's really what it's gonna come down to.
But that's another thing, since none of the things in the case can be, well, in the settlement can be put out there. You don't know if that could be something that's in the agreement. Like, yo, you're gonna decide we're gonna give you this bread. You're not gonna play in the NFL no more. You're gonna stay away from the NFL. You don't know. I'm just saying that could be something that's in
I
the
thought about
contract.
that too.
You know what I'm saying? You don't really know. That could be part of the details. That could be part of what they put in the contract.
You referring to what the settlement deal?
Yeah,
the settlement. That
I
could be
mean,
in the settlement.
We don't. I mean, we don't
You know
know.
what I'm saying? We don't.
we don't know.
We don't know.
What
you think, E?
I feel like everybody is saying what he should have did or could have did. The man already ruined his career, bro. Like you can't
Put his
No,
life
they
on-
didn't
put
ruin
it-
nothing. They ruined his
Well,
career.
what I'm saying is like
put
taking
his
that
life
stand.
and
He could
career
have
on the
easily
line.
just been Uncle Tom and just kept, all right, fuck it, I'll stand up. You're gonna take my money. But he already sacrificed so much. Now people want to find something to say, oh, he should have held out longer. You ain't paying this man bills, bro. Like you can't
He's
tell
rich.
him.
He got like a $40 million
that
deal
don't-
from
nah,
freaking
but
Nike.
when you rich, you got to maintain a lifestyle, bro. So it's hard to say, oh, you know.
I'm
how
not
much he
complaining
got
about it.
or whatever.
I have no complaints. Like he took it and I paused and it works for him.
And you know, in the case, it probably like, all right, give me that 60 mil, and you got to sign. You got to you can't like deny me any like team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like we don't know the details, bro. Because I heard twice today, like two different teams is like it was the Panthers and another team that he may go to, and I'm like, oh, I ain't even know he.
Yeah,
could
I heard
play
about
now.
the Panthers because Cam Newton the starter. So even if he came off backup, it's not like a big transition. As far they both running quarterbacks, they both like play similar.
Yeah,
So
I
if he
just get
did-
annoyed with the people. Like they praise you as a hero, and then next minute, oh God, how you should have why are you selling out?
Build you up to break you
fight,
down.
Fight, like come on, bro. Like the man been fighting for how long now? 3 years.
I mean, that's a stance that he
Two?
took. He
But
sacrificed.
some people
should
feel
feel
like
like
if-
three
You know what I'm
years.
saying? That shit felt like
It was
3
three.
years.
It was
bro.
3.
Yeah,
was
he started in 2016.
It was 3.
Yeah, like come on, how much more fighting you want this dude to do?
And some people feel like if he come back to the NFL and then he stands, then he's a fraud. Like that means like you started something that you gotta finish it out all the way. Because now you come back and now you stand and it's just like, all right,
But what if he don't? What
if he
that's
signs
not-
again, he gotta stand,
That's
bro.
a tough.
He's got to
That's a
stand.
tough
Nah, he can
situation.
stay in the
gotta
back.
stand.
He can stay in the back. That's
Yeah,
one of the things
that
they.
could mean, that's
you know,
possible.
so he can
That's
do that.
possible. That's possible.
like I said, man, I just feel like the NFL is like at this point. They
Oh, they're just racist.
don't want no parts.
Bro,
of
you
Cap,
know how
bro.
much ratings they would get if he play in the NFL,
course.
bro? So
Come
they
on now.
gonna
What you
have to
talking,
let
bro?
him play. They gonna have to,
Definitely talking.
because if he don't, they ain't gonna really fuck with it like that.
Fuck around. They put any team that he goes to that whole day. They're gonna make sure they keep up with every game on. They're gonna make sure that all these games on TV just so they could see what
Yeah.
he's doing behind
And
the
that's
scenes.
gonna cause endorsements. It's gonna cause commercials. So like, it'll be dumb for the NFL to blackball this dude and have him not like,
They
all
did
right,
that,
we
right?
paid you off and now don't play.
What you think about it, June? Because I know you got some kind of insight on this one.
I don't know, man. I just think like people's perspective is out of whack. Like I just feel like people give all these bullshit opinions when they have no skin in the game. Like this guy sacrificed 3 years of his life to, you know what I mean, something he didn't have to do in the first place. You know what I mean? He sacrificed his livelihood. And the thing about athletes and sports is you only have a certain amount of time and a career span. Like
Football is
yeah.
5, right? 5 years,
maybe
max?
less than that.
3.5.
Exactly, less
Like,
than that.
It's 3 for football.
Yeah, less than that, and probably
That's
and,
at an average.
Yeah, and mind you, he was a starting quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine that. Like now, he just got blackballed. Now imagine how much money he lost in endorsements. All that, all the money he could have made, possibly made.
His last year, he opted
Got
out of his
endorsements
last
still.
year, and he was supposed to make like
But-
12 mil. Or
but
13
you
mil.
He
think-
got that Nike deal.
Okay, that Nike deal is gonna
It's 40 mil.
Okay, even that Nike deal. So imagine how much he could have made if he was still playing in the NFL.
I think
Nah, I don't think
if he was in
would've
that
made- he
those
would've
3
never
years,
got that
he
Nike
might
deal.
he maybe
He would
got,
never got that Nike
he would
deal.
never
No, he
got
would've
$40 million.
What you don't
In the
think
past 3
his
years.
football? His
No,
football
He was
career.
already on the decline. His last season he was trash.
Football, he would have made the money because they make about 12 and up a year.
You know how much quarterbacks make in the NFL?
Yeah, there's a lot of quarterbacks that make good money. There's a lot of quarterbacks that don't make good. That
No,
don't
starting
make that good money.
quarterbacks make a lot of money.
He might not have been starting, bro. Kaepernick was his last year. He wasn't that good, my nigga.
But he was starting already. Like he was starting. He was already he was the pillar of San Fran.
I know his last season he wasn't that great. I'm not saying that he definitely wouldn't have been starting, but there could have been somebody else that came in and he wouldn't. Maybe he would have went to the bench or he wouldn't have been that good.
But the point is he was starting. And the thing about with you trying to say if this thing that would have happened, he couldn't start on any other team. You trying to say as a quarterback he couldn't get.
There's a lot of shitty quarterbacks, so he could have got a job.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he could have.
He could have definitely made a lot of money. He definitely could have. With those 3 years, you think he could have made over $40 million? You think he couldn't?
Yeah, but $40 million is a nice number still to get.
It is.
That's
but,
not shut
Yeah,
on
but-
$40 million like.
But
that's
you got to
nothing.
look at the number quarterbacks is getting in the NFL. These guys are making $100 million. Yeah. So what's your 40? And mind you, goes back to what Ease was saying. Like these guys got a certain livelihood that they got to keep up. Like people look at it like, oh, he's still a millionaire at the end of the day, but you're not living his life. You don't know what he's doing with his
He ain't
life.
broke.
You know what I mean?
That's
but-
a physics.
It might not be broke to you, but he could be broke
Nah,
to.
he ain't broke.
You don't
Like,
know his livelihood. You don't know how he spends
Bruh,
his money.
If you broke and you got 40 million, you broke. You don't deserve money.
I know he's not broke, but at the same time, you don't know his businesses, the
livelihood,
people
yeah.
he got to pay.
No,
'Cause he wasn't making bread.
Understandable, but if you get a $40 million endorsement there, and you running out of that money, you invested very incorrect. Like your investments.
And
is
another
bad.
thing too, you don't know how that money is spread out. You don't know if they gave him 40 million the whole lump sum.
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
know if they spread it throughout years. You don't know.
So he should never be broke, bro. Like yo,
Bro, even though we say that,
How-
but there's
how-
athletes as soon as they get out the lead, they
I'ma
get
ask-
broke.
that's you could tell that's not that Kaepernick's type of style. Like he's an activist. He gives away his money. So it's like I'm just talking about like how much, and nobody can put it really on a gauge. Like, you can't really gauge it, but how much do you need to get to set your family out generations?
I don't think there's
it varies.
I don't think there's
10,
really
No,
a
so you
number.
can't really gauge
It
it.
varies, yeah.
It obviously varies, but
like 15 million.
Well, but it
your
depends on your
kids and your
mindset.
grandkids is gonna be good just off 15 mil.
I don't know
think
about
if
that.
you're not
All depends.
if you're
bro.
not living, bro, we not living that great, and your seed right now is okay. It's not extravagant, but you talking about 15 million can't do good for your seed and your seed
your
seeds.
grandkids.
Some
Come
people,
on,
some
bro.
People's
it's
lifestyle
bad.
is
Yeah, that's
different,
what I'm
bro.
saying.
Bro, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about
Talking about
basic living,
basic
bro.
living
You
expenses.
have a house and you good. You don't have to go crazy. You live 15 million is good for your direct seeds and your CCs. That's to me that's good.
Your kids and your grandkids.
You know what I'm saying? CCs.
What?
Come on, man. You know what I'm talking about.
It's just funny as hell. But
You know what I'm talking
nah,
about.
how like seriously, like how much do you need to just set like to
I
be
personally
good?
think if I get a meal, I could be set for life.
But that's you though. That's you're not living a
that's
lifestyle.
what Junior's trying to say. Like it all depends
Yeah,
on the person.
it all
I
depends
agree
on people.
100%. You're not living a lifestyle, but 40 mil can set me, my child, my grandkids, and maybe my great grandkids just comfortably. I'm not talking about extravagant. Like you, when
They bugging right
when
now.
you an NFL player, when you an NBA, when you making wild bread, cool. Like it's on you to understand. I'm making all this money. I got to set myself up for the future. So if you gonna like to me, it's baffling to hear. You don't know how they living. They could just blow it. I'm like, bro, 40 mil. You gonna blow all that?
Yo, bro.
I ain't gonna front. When
No,
I
it is people
I don't know,
that do that,
I don't
but
know
it's very like
What? Don't say it.
dumb for you to do that. Like, of
It
course,
happens, though.
I mean,
Look at Antoine Walker's a perfect
No,
example.
he's the worst example. I'm just like yo.
How is he the worst example?
Because that's just horrible.
No,
Like,
but
it's
that's
a
not.
prime-
It's
it's
a
a
prime
prime
example.
example.
Hold on,
What,
I'll
Mike
tell you,
Tyson?
it's not all his fault. Yeah, he was a big gambler, but he made investments that went that went to shit.
he has a bad investment manager.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying he had
two
investments.
Denny's.
Yeah, not even just two Denny's.
Nah,
he
I'm
had
just playing.
buildings. He
He
had
didn't do
real
that.
estate that just all went to shit. You know what I
How
mean?
everything that's that's on him, bro.
No, it's not. You don't know
a
if
lot
your
of it is
investments,
on him.
Where's your agent, Paul?
bro. You don't know if you don't
I mean,
know if your
Antoine.
investments. You don't know if your
That nigga
investments
fat
is
as
gonna
hell.
go. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. But I'm just saying, like, you don't know if your investments is gonna automatically hit. You know what I mean? You don't
No,
know.
that's a fact. I agree with you 100%. It's just it's baffling when it's like you're such as that's how I look at stuff now. As I got older, it's like set myself up, set my family up. If I can't do all that, I'm just going. That's my main motive. Like obviously, and to me, Kaepernick he's already set. As in, I'm talking about like his life. He's going to go down as like a very inspirational athlete.
And I think the Nike deal kind of
Just help. I felt like they was like, oh, they know what they're doing. Like
he
they understood what they're doing. So
Yeah, but some
He
people
said
look at
history.
him.
He's a
Some people look at him as a sellout because he didn't.
which is fair. They able to think that. That's what
I
they-
mean, it's
I don't
opinion's
think
an
it's-
opinion. I don't think it's a sellout because at the end of the day, he sacrificed three years. What else you want from the man? Like, would it be you?
It's what,
Could-
there
do
was a
you
lot
feel
of
like
other
you could-
activists that did the same thing that he did that didn't take no bread.
And
Well,
then
So
Bro,
a lot of people,
you
a
ask
lot of
people to
people.
boycott. Like, you know how regular jobs have strikes. You'll have people. You'll be like, "Yo, just strike for this week." Some people can't even do that.
Can't do it. Yep.
They'll walk right
he's a
past y'all like,
millionaire.
"Y'all
That's
bugging.
different.
Y'all should get to work." Like,
Name me-
different.
you
I'm
just
gonna-
complain about the same shit I was.
And
mad
you
about.
say a lot of activists. Name me one more. Only I know. Honestly, I can only tell you one sports activist that actually went through it and stuck.
Muhammad Ali.
Yes, that's it. Who else?
Um,
And honestly, tell you the truth,
A lot of entertainers.
my
did that.
conspiracy, I got a conspiracy theory behind that. And honestly, personally, I feel like Ali wouldn't have Parkinson's if he didn't go to jail, if he didn't do that.
You felt like they did that to him.
No, I just feel like
that's
he
deep.
lost him going to jail. He lost two like he spent 2-3 years in jail. That's the prime of his career. And the reason he came back when he came back in the sport, he wasn't the same fighter that he was. So imagine all the hits that he was taking in the head. Think about when he was in his prime. It wouldn't have been that much.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't have been as much.
He's
He
not
took
the-
beatings when he came out of jail. People don't realize that he took ass whoopings.
Yeah, he fought George Foreman, and that was
Even before George Foreman, he got his
That was-
ass whooped a couple times.
George
You know what I
Foreman
mean?
was a
Like,
fucking-
just imagine that. Think about how much times he got hit in the head and everything like that. Because he wasn't in his prime anymore. He wasn't as fast. He wasn't as. I mean, he was still a Muhammad Ali at the end of the day.
She was fighting the good fight for years. Like, let her perform at the Super Bowl. Like, don't give her flack for that. You know what I'm saying?
That smells crazy.
Like, I couldn't believe it, like, bro. That shit is,
polyurethane.
Well, congratulations to Cap.
Yeah,
However
man,
you look on
congrats,
it, you
bro.
can fall.
All in honor of Black History Month too.
Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
that's a fact.
Speaking of that,
Although it's Black History all
I
year.
see what all these fashion designers
Yeah,
is
that's
doing.
a fact.
Black History
Black
Month?
is.
Yeah, he-
I seen this one hoodie, Black History Month, and they cross out the month they put year.
Yeah, that's fire.
Oh,
'Cause that's the
shit.
truth.
Okay,
I'm talking about all these
Heard you.
freaking wild, expensive brands doing some real.
Oh,
racist
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
my
my
God,
God, son.
Yeah, we
I just saw a recent one with
that's a different
Burberry.
Yeah, with
That's
the
a
noose.
different-
I
Yeah,
was
it's
like,
gonna be a
why
different
do you
story.
think that's a good idea?
dumb, bro.
Promotional tactics.
Promotional. That's
Promotion.
nuts. Like,
And they realized that
glad I can't
us,
afford it.
us as Black people were
Still gonna
too
do it.
compassionate, we're too forgiving. They're like, all right, we're gonna do this bullshit that's gonna cause outrage, but
I'm
we're
not
gonna
gonna say we too compassionate, too forgiving, because we don't forgive each other, but we forgive. We're quick to forgive other
Yeah, because we
fuckery.
act like we don't have no choice.
We-
Like,
I
we
mean, we're
must
not
buy
united.
it, so we might as well just forget
We're
about it.
not united enough.
You
That's what it
you
is.
forgive the
Too
nigga
split.
from
We're-
Europe, but you can't forgive people from your own shit. That's crazy.
We're
I don't
united
know.
when it's convenient.
Facts. That's the truth.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if it
Sad
interrupts anything, it's like, damn, bro, I ain't gonna
Well, you can't
lie,
really
I
say
need-
that. We get united on things, and then what happens is we don't stay hold to it. Another month from now, it's like, oh, I'm back in my
That's
Burberry
true.
again. It
But
doesn't-
even with the
doesn't
Gucci
matter.
shit, I don't know. I feel like niggas was like, well, that wasn't That wasn't racist. I don't think it was racist because their colors is red and black anyway, right? Niggas didn't say that.
Green? Yeah, I said that. Actually.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, I didn't know. I thought somebody else said it.
I still don't think the Gucci shit was that crazy.
Bruh.
To me, I didn't feel like it was that
who the
crazy.
hell who wears that, bro?
Oh my god.
Who wears that, bro?
To me, I felt like it wasn't that crazy because when I first looked at it, that's not what I thought. So a lot of stuff to me, like, I take it off first glance. So if I'm looking at it and I don't feel any way, it's not making me. If you got to tell me, yo, look at that, then it's like, oh.
All right, what
okay.
about second glance? What about third glance? Oh, so you.
I'm just talking about me,
Yeah,
bro.
first-
I'm not
that's what
talking
I'm
about
just
nobody
saying.
else.
I'm saying,
yeah.
but you said first glance.
I'm not
I
gonna
thought,
look
what
that hard. If I don't feel away from
understand
the
that.
first time, I'm not gonna look 2 times and 3 times and 4 times to try to convince myself. If I'm
It's
looking
not
at
about
it, and
convincing. It's not about convincing yourself. I
Yes,
just
it
feel
is.
Like, no, I'm not. Well, let me finish. I don't think it's about convincing yourself. It's about you might not see it. You might not see it the first time, but when somebody explains it to you, you
that's
can look at it.
called convincing, bro.
That's
If
not
I'm-
convincing.
If I'm in a room by myself and
Uh-huh.
I'm looking at something and I make my own judgment of it, this is how I feel about it. Nobody else is telling me how I feel about it. This is how I feel about it. And I come out that room feeling the same way about it. And that's just how I feel about it. That's me. That's how I feel about it. Now, if you come inside the room now, and you're like, no, look at that. Look at that. Now I have to look at it from another point of view, and now I'm convincing myself
It's
that
not-
it's something else.
It's not about convincing. It's about
what it's
understanding.
called,
It's
bro.
about but it's about understanding. It's not about convincing. Maybe you don't understand why. Maybe you don't know about your ancestry. You don't understand. Maybe you don't
I
understand
know about
blackface.
that. I know about
But
all
you
of
didn't
that
think.
stuff.
But I'm just saying you didn't think about that the first time.
Yeah, and then I had to look at it now. And
But
to
how is that
convince myself
convincing you?
it's-
That's just letting you know this is why. If a person say this is why it's racist or this is why it's not good, then you could be like, oh, okay, it's not that he's convincing you. He's giving you information for you
I'm
to
not
understand.
saying you. I'm saying me. Now
I-
I'm convincing myself. I'm not saying you're convincing me. I'm saying I'm
Okay.
convincing
You
myself that
sparked
it's
something in
something
him
else.
to be like, oh, I see what the outrage
I understand,
is.
but just because, okay, so that I'm convincing you if I give you information, maybe you didn't know the information.
I'm not saying you, bro. How
I'm
many
not-
times
I'm-
I said me?
Speaking
I'm
in general.
myself.
Speaking in general,
Speaking
bro.
in general.
I'm saying like if I'm telling you, I'm giving you like an example. I'm saying if I'm telling you, I'm giving you information on something, like you probably didn't understand it. Now me giving you understanding, like me giving you the information, you could be like, oh, okay, I understand it. It's not about convincing you. It's giving you information.
Yeah, you gave me information. Now I'm looking at it for a first and second and third time, and now I'm saying, all right, yeah, I can see what you're saying here. All right, I can see what you're saying there. So
Okay.
now I'm slowly starting to see it from another light.
Yeah.
Now I'm convincing myself that it's
I
something
don't
that
think
I
so.
didn't see the
Look,
first time.
Okay, all right. I feel like when you saying convincing is like it's like it's coming off like you're being forceful. Like it's being forceful.
No, not
You
really.
don't
I don't
think
think
so?
of convincing in those terms. Maybe the different terminology. You think of convincing in a different way than I do.
Uh-huh.
So that could probably just be it.
No, I just took it out the floor of your words. The way you said it is like now I feel like I'm being convinced to like it. Like you're being forced to say, okay, now it's racism. But first look, I didn't look at it. But maybe you didn't understand. Maybe you didn't see how it offended people. But now when you see how it offended people, you could be like, okay, cool. I you know what? I understand why people look at it that way.
Yeah,
see-
that's what it came to.
I don't think it's
But
like
what
first
about,
glance,
all
I
right,
didn't
so
see
let's
it.
say the company that's putting this shit out, I'm pretty sure it's white people, and they probably not even looking at it from that standpoint, like you're mentioning.
Yeah.
But now that we say, yo, that's racist, why are you doing that? Even though we feel like we shouldn't have to tell you that, like you should just automatically
That's a good.
know.
That's a good
Point of view.
point of view. It's a good. Basically, Rel, if you look, I understand what you're talking about, where you didn't see it at first, but that's the same thing with white people.
Yeah.
They didn't see it at first.
didn't
but
see
it's
it
just
at
like,
first.
All right, with the let's say fuck the Gucci shit, the H&M shit. Everybody saw that.
The monkey shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, the white people didn't see it that way.
Bro didn't even see it that way. He
see.
said he didn't even find no offense to it when it first
Nah,
happened.
on my first glance, no, I didn't. Until people started talking about it, then it's like, all right, yeah, I see the monkey shit.
Oh,
Like,
so it's not.
the-
It's not the fact that it's not. It's not actually
you know what?
real.
I think it's for me. It's that I've
You
seen.
thought there was a drag.
No, I've seen like
He need to
y'all
see
not into
real-
fashion as much as I am. So
Uh-huh.
I've seen so much different shit, and so
Uh-huh.
like I go
People call
places
shit
and I see.
innovating and like.
I just seen so many different shit. So on
Shit
first
is
glance,
racist.
I don't take certain shit. Like the new shit is like obvious. That was obvious. That was like, why is this
That's
nigga?
bla- that was blatant.
That's a whole noose on this nigga's
Yeah.
neck. That's different.
Uh-huh.
But like certain shit that I look at fashion wise, I'll be like, I seen some crazy shit. It's be like, that shit look crazy. That shit. So now when I see certain shit, maybe my first thing it
Yeah,
gotta be
of course.
extremely obvious
which
for
is
me to be like,
understandable.
damn,
But
that's racist.
but what I'm telling you is, if other people explain themselves on how it becomes offensive or how it is offensive,
Yeah, I
then
can
you
see.
have to look at it that way. At least try to understand that perspective, how they could understand. Maybe it might not be like as personal to you, but it could be personal to somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that anybody's wrong for feeling how they felt about it. I could totally agree with what, you know what I'm saying, how you perceived it and how you looked at it, and now you say, oh, I could take it as that, I could take it as that. That's granted. I'm not saying people are wrong for feeling the way about it. I'm just saying when I first looked at it, my first thought was not, yo,
That's
shit look
understandable.
crazy.
Yeah, that's understandable.
And
I
I just
That
think
new
like
shit's
when it comes down to it, like that is the worst. Like, first of all, why would you even do that? Like, it don't make sense. It don't even look nice.
I really feel like we need to stop worrying about other people's approval. We all we got. If we why do we feel obligated to wear everybody else's brand anyway? Promote, like, we got our own
Facts.
brand
That's
going
a
on.
fact. Facts.
Look at
that's
all our
what's
other
most
brothers, all
important.
our other sisters, and promote their brand. Don't even worry. All right, they
Yeah, but
they
you know what
racist.
it
They
is?
don't want us to wear out their
honestly,
brand.
I think
but-
it's
all right, I'm good. I don't need
it's
to
a
wear your
thing
stuff
of
anyway.
laziness.
Huh?
Like, I don't want to create my own shit to wear it.
No.
And
There's
that's
a
really
lot of people.
That's not
No,
true.
I
what
saw a
what
thing
I'm
on
saying is
Facebook.
that
So many
like
black
there
brands
is a
out
lot of black businesses that do it, but some people it's just like I don't want to. Like, I just want to walk to the store and get it. Like, they don't want to do that when it comes to black business because they got to find it. So like, just a quick example of something like Lyft. For the whole Black History Month, they allowing people to go to black businesses for free. But to me, I'm like, everybody's like, oh, that's dope, that's cool.
But then you're not gonna
it
take
ain't
advantage.
a bunch of black businesses in New York like
Yo.
that.
I got an analogy for you. Let me know if this is far fetched. I got an analogy for you. It's like having a girlfriend, right? And you've been with her for 10 years or 15 years. You know that relationship's not good, but you're gonna stay with it just cause it's been 15 years. So like, I'm just gonna stay with her cause I've been with her the longest.
Talking about being used to something?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how I feel like the analogy is, the way you explained it.
Yeah, it's just people
Kinda like that?
People is just literally like, all right, I'm gonna just do it. Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah, they're gonna create a new one next
Yeah,
week.
but it's
I'm
Gucci.
still,
But it's
Gucci.
you know what I mean?
It's this, and I ain't no bum.
Like, that's the analogy I'm
that's
giving.
the
Like,
stupid shit that people go through in their brain.
you've been with her for 15 years, so it's like, you like, what I look like just
Yeah,
breaking
she
up.
slept with my friend. She slept with this dude. She had 3 kids outside of our relationship, but
I've been with her for 15 years. I can't let that
she
go.
make
type
good
shit.
chicken.
The worst shit about it is like it's not
Mad
even
racist.
it's not even stuff
Who don't
that you
like
can
chicken
say is
here?
fucking, it's not even stuff that you can say is like affordable. So it's like, oh, you getting it at a bargain price or it's at a low price. So I can see you don't have that much
Motherfuckers went
money.
back
So you
to
buy,
H&M.
yeah, like you buying shit.
I ain't gonna lie.
You spending your last
Motherfuckers at
last
the
on this
table went
shit.
back to H&M.
Look, I'm an honest person, bro. I was at H&M the other day.
I was at H&M the other day.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, me too. I ain't
Yo,
gonna.
I swear to God, y'all might
never
think I'm
been.
dragging it.
I never been.
Y'all
either.
might think I'm dragging it. I'm
I
about to
haven't
throw
gone.
my fiance under the bus, but
What?
when she walked inside H&M, I
playing.
stood outside, bro. I ain't even go inside.
Nah,
before
Yeah, I
H&M.
totally
I
respect
haven't
how you
touched-
feel, bro.
Yeah, I haven't
I
touched
like
my
that.
I'm
H&M
not gonna
either.
hold you.
I can't
Bro,
feel
they got
that
some
shit anyway.
shit in there, bro.
I
I
ain't gonna hold you, bro. I held out some shit. I held out for a couple of months, but I couldn't hold out no more, bro. When you want that outfit, the last clutch.
You know what?
But listen, look, but listen, listen.
See how it is with you though.
What?
All right, you see how you say you boycott the NFL? You boycott the NFL because you don't watch the NFL.
I mean,
so it's like, happening. Nah, nigga, fuck out of here.
Obvious. That's obvious, though. Nigga, I don't watch ball. I mean, I don't watch football anyway.
you
So
can't
fuck
boycott-
it.
say you
you can't
boycott something if you
boycott
don't
'cause
fuck
you
with
don't
it in the
watch
first
it.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like saying, "Oh, I'm gonna boycott Republicans." You don't care about that.
Fuck it.
Yo, E, back to your what you just said about the black business. Now, I'm not even saying this on some bragging shit, but I just had to share that because when it comes to black business, for some reason, I think because I go out and network, sometimes it's like, I'll see something and I'll just show love and support. Like basically, maybe last month, the game night I normally DJ at, they had a vendor. And his brand is socks, like designer socks. Like when I say designer socks, like colorful. Like you see how they
Yeah, dope
patterns
shit.
right,
and stuff
right.
like that?
Yeah,
Like
they
stand
got
socks.
Yeah, stand socks. And I saw him there, and then me and him just started chopping it up. He knew I was the DJ. We were just like really like catching up and just networking. And just because I saw how passionate he was, I was telling Dane-Ja, I bought like 4 socks.
That's fire, bro.
Cash App, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And I think this is why too. Now it's like if somebody has something, and this is where like when me and June talk sometimes, like now because we all have a brand and a platform, like the cross promo is very, very important. Like I knew it was important, but now just looking in and just going out meeting different people. Honestly, it really doesn't take that much to just support somebody.
Facts.
Because at the end of the day,
not to cut you off, I'm tied in between. Do we support our fellow peoples just because they're black, or are we going to support because we actually like the product?
Like the product. Yeah.
yeah,
That's the type of time
That's
you
another.
want.
No, I'm saying that's another aspect to look at.
Correct.
Because
I
I'm
don't-
torn in
I'm
between.
not
a lot.
I
I'm
think
not
for
gonna
me
lie.
it's
I
both,
work
bro.
hard
I'm
for
not
my
gonna
money,
hold you.
so if I like the product, I don't care where I buy it from. Like some of my stuff ain't name brand.
Bro.
It's just I like
Yeah.
it. So you know what I'm saying? I don't.
For the Burberry situation, like, wouldn't that motivate you to really like, if you see something that's fire and it's owned by a black business,
I'm buying it.
won't you like? That's what I'm saying.
I'm
Like I
buying
feel
it.
like shit like this. Be like, you know what? Fuck it. If there's a lot of black businesses out there, I might as well just start really just copping shit. If the shit is fire, you like it, that's your taste, then why not?
Some people are just lazy to go find
But-
black businesses.
That's
Period.
true.
Right.
It's not in front of you. You gotta have to go find.
Right,
That's
right.
what I'm saying
That's
earlier.
Yeah,
That's
and,
true.
and that's what's the
What they
frustrating
say
part.
on Trigger Mike Joint, they got a website, buyblack.com.
We buy
You
black.
gotta go there though.
What's the
It's
name
not-
of it again?
It's not
for,
like
for the
right.
people in the back.
It's not on the ad.
Buyblack.com. For the people on the back.
That's what.
buyblack.com.
We buy black.com.
WeBuyBlack.com.
I
One
don't
of
know,
them,
man.
one
I
of
just feel like
One of them says we buy black.
if we all trying to grow and help each other build and elevate, it's like, bro, if some shit's $20, you can't really.
Yeah.
Yo,
And I personally could say, I could sit here
For
in this
duh?
room right here, and I could say every person I've dealt with, like in here in this room, I've never asked for a discount. I just took everything for face value.
I mean, I respect that. I definitely respect that.
and it's the same like with me. Like
Right, bro.
whether it's DJing or photography.
Oh yeah, coming at you today.
I forgot about that. Woo, we gotta have a recap. Like,
Facto.
It's so funny in the group chat. He didn't think I had that on.
Yo, how
Yo.
did you find that?
Yo,
Nigga,
Judah
don't
got
play
this.
with me,
Yo,
my
he be
nigga.
having the artillery in the
Don't
stash,
play
bro.
with me,
Like,
man.
yo, you gotta watch out for this.
Sometimes I
son,
got
you
memory like an
You like
elephant.
Tory Lanez with battle raps, nigga. You can't have them in the stash already and then.
Nah, cause I'll be waiting for niggas just to switch up what they say. Be like, oh, you think I wasn't paying attention?
That's hilarious, bro.
Nah, but he
But allow people to
didn't
change.
renege.
A lot
he
of
said
people
he
change their
changed.
mind.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I changed it.
Then what's your perspective?
Yeah,
now?
let the people know how you felt before and how you feel now.
Yes, they need to know.
I basically just felt like, you know, if you're my close friend, you could say Quicks as an example, because I've asked him for discounts plenty of times. But yeah, I just felt like, yo, is you my close friend, and you know what I'm saying, I was fucking with you for years and years. I know your family, no mine, and we just got, you know, that kind of close connection. And yeah, you should offer me a fucking discount.
All
You know what I'm saying?
right,
Shit.
I got a question. So based on that
But you gotta
situation,
let him finish, bro.
no, I thought you was done. Oh, go ahead.
No,
go
because
ahead.
now what? You gotta.
Okay, bet.
Nah,
Recruit you.
But now knowing the heavy hard work
That it
and
takes.
money that you have to
Right,
put
right.
into your
Put it
own
in,
brand,
Uh-huh.
you don't really want to hear nobody talk about that stuff. It's so much.
Like 10 years, my nigga.
I feel
See, I don't want a discount. I just want special attention. So
What you
I'll pay you.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'll pay you what you want, but just make sure my shit is
Official.
fire.
Facts.
Like
Yeah.
Facts.
put in that
Nothing wrong with that.
overtime
Nothing wrong
facts.
with that.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
respect that.
Extra love on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And
Like,
that
you know what
Rello
I'm saying?
discount don't work for Darren no more, bro.
I respect
Like,
that.
I want
respect
free.
that.
I want.
This nigga told me a price. I was like, damn, can I get the Rello discount? I just wanted to see what he was gonna say.
Nah. I was gonna say, as far as like asking, you know, for discounts, that I totally understand. But for me, well, I guess everyone thinks different. But I think sometimes if the person that you're working with or you want to do business with, sometimes I feel depending on the relationship, if the person would come out and say, "Nah, you're not. Don't worry. You could give me this price." I feel like that's where that's when the genuine part of that person come in. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying I would expect it all the time, but I feel if you have like a bond or some type of relationship, to me it would be refreshing to hear that. You know what? at least he's looking deeper than just the business part. He's actually willing to give me a discount.
And you know what that
And
does?
I'm not saying like us as a business, as entrepreneurs, to always have that mindset. But if you're gonna, like Dane-Ja be saying, pick your battles wisely. So if you know you have a certain relationship with somebody, like, you know what, I'll give you that for that price. Now that person might be like, you know what, I didn't even have to ask him for a discount. Like, now that person might have a whole profound new respect for you. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel sometimes it could go both ways. You know what I'm saying?
You saying the whole, me saying the whole pick your battle thing, it's like it could go both ways with y'all relationship. Like the relationship y'all got, I'm not even too mad that you feel like when it comes to like certain things, like, yo, give me the homie discount. Like I'm not the other friends that's out there like that. Like at least discount me a little bit. And then it's the same time like you understand where he came from, the blood, sweat, and tears. So kind of respect the business. So once again, I'm torn in between. You know what I mean?
That's what I always look at. I look at that because I work very hard. So I'm like, you know, I'm not an entrepreneur. So I know y'all work twice as hard. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not going to say, yo. I'm just saying, look, I'll pay you whatever you want.
You heard that, Hyper?
Don't make You see? Heard that? Like, oh, I know what you do. I know what you do.
I'm gonna email you your invoice.
You got it.
I'm about to email your invoice.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, just make sure everything is official and
Charge
like
four-figure prices.
See, you gonna say that on the podcast? That's messed up, son. It be your own.
I would never
It be your own.
Your old man.
Be your own.
No, but
that's fire, though,
I
man.
definitely get it though, man. I understand what it, you know what I'm saying, what it is when it comes to being an entrepreneur, because it's a lot of work. You got to put a lot of work in.
This nigga real cheap.
I'm really listen, man.
I'm happy.
I'm so happy now.
Ass,
like,
bro.
no, seriously, I'm so
That ass.
happy that you could really look at things on the opposite side. Like I feel like now your mindset.
You got our lens on now, bro.
Yeah, your mindset just changed, you know, like the way you're going to handle things moving forward. And I think because you've been around us for so long, it's not going to take you that long to really, really understand, because you've been around entrepreneurs.
And
Basically.
then, bro, you got to also realize these men been funding their life
Yeah, correct.
with this.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
true,
it's
too, yeah.
it was no pump faking. It wasn't like, yeah, I got a job, so I do this on the side. No, it was this, nigga. That's it.
That was it.
Like,
That,
you know,
that
that's a
discount that you
different-
asking for, that could be like
That's
some-
rent.
That's a bill. That's not. That's
Bill,
a bill
bro,
that
like
I gotta
that
pay
ass.
less.
Yeah, you know,
Bro,
it's a whole different ball game.
For 10 plus years, I've been like, damn, son, like niggas
like 15,
hustling,
right?
bro. Yep, not that long, man. You might start making me feel like, oh, bro. I just say
Could
10
have started
plus.
young.
I
You
just
see,
10 plus.
you throw yourself out there. I'm just saying.
I just put 10
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Oh.
Much respect, man. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't got the hustle and bustle. I work for the mind.
get it how you get it, bro.
That's fact. It's harder when you got to wake up to do your own shit when nobody telling you to do it.
Yup. That's one.
I actually prefer that, bro.
Nah, it's
I
50.
Yeah,
prefer-
some
I
people
prefer
is
it.
good with
It's
that.
50.
Yeah.
For
'Cause
me,
you're more passionate about it.
Yep.
you have
I
to have a
look forward
certain
to
type
getting
of
up.
discipline to do it correctly.
correct.
Because
Correct.
people be thinking, oh, I'm gonna get up. Nah, if you're getting up at 12 p.m. talking about I'm doing my own thing, I'm like,
Three
bruh,
other entrepreneurs got that call before you.
yeah, like exactly.
wanna sleep.
You missed the call and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So you wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, same way you wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and
job.
go to your day job.
But when you're an entrepreneur and you love what you do,
Bro.
it's not work anymore.
That's-
At all.
I love what I do,
sometime-
but I didn't have discipline to like. There's a difference. You can love what you do, but if you don't have the discipline,
Yeah.
the no matter how much talent, the person that's working harder than you is gonna always.
that's a
is gonna
fact.
think-
That's
so
always.
that's how I just looked at. it. I
Hard
didn't
work
have
beats talent
at the beginning.
talent
and,
don't work hard.
Like I'm still, and at the beginning, I ain't have the discipline. Even now, I still strive to get even better discipline than I have now.
Yeah.
But when I was hustling without discipline, and I was somehow making it. I was making it in life. So it's just like, yo, imagine I had wild discipline. I'd have been great.
Yeah.
Never too late.
Exactly.
And when I used to do the 9 to 5 thing, like asking me to work on my day off or even 2, 3 in the morning, like don't even hit me up.
Aggravated.
But
Yeah.
bro, when it comes to the DJ stuff, my nigga, it's like it be times I be on my laptop from 12 a.m. till some come up, and it doesn't bother me at all, bro.
Because it isn't work.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
not work for you.
passion as
Yeah.
well.
passion.
Yep.
That's a fizzy. Since we're on our black community stuff, we're talking about a lot of people within the community and our own businesses and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I want to hop into this guy, Steve Harvey, a little bit. Everybody been talking about his heated discussion on his show, Steve Harvey show that he had with Monique. And he was just basically telling her about, her problems with Netflix, her problems with Oprah and Tyler Perry and all that. Just telling her he basically felt like she went about the whole situation totally wrong. It was the wrong way. She can't go about, things the way that she was going about them when it comes to being in the industry. You got to talk a different way, walk a different way. And people started to call him an Uncle Tom for these things because of what he was saying. Basically, you can't be you. You got to be somebody else when it comes to, dealing with these corporations. So how do you guys feel about that? You feel
Chucking
like
and jiving.
feel like it's valid or not valid? How you feel about Steve Harvey's comments?
I don't feel like it's valid at all. I feel like if you really care about your sister, then you would have that conversation off air. I don't like the fact that, certain situations got to be spoken about on air.
I mean, you got to hold both parties accountable, though.
You know what I feel like watching it? It felt like that wasn't his intent. It felt like the conversation was getting Steve into a mode that it was just like, no, he got to a different place in the interview. I don't think that was his intent to go at her like that and have that back and forth.
You felt like
I just felt like the conversation that they was having was elevating him. That's when the truth started to come out of him more and more. I don't think it was his intent to do that, though.
But I think the producers of that show knew it would get to that point because you got to address the elephant in the room. Like, you're going to talk about it regardless. Like, I just feel like certain conversations should have been had off the air.
She didn't have to do that on the air either. You got to hold her accountable.
She took it there.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like you got to
bring
both.
Like, how she going to be defensive if everybody's saying, like, yo, nobody blackballing you. You doing it to yourself. You doing it. Like, come on.
I mean, that's the whole
and the last
situation.
thing you want
She's
is
always
your
been
brother
defensive.
to tell you the same shit. Like, Steve, I know you, nigga. Like, well, I don't want you to be like on the same side as everybody else telling me like, yo, it's your fault.
Oh, so
because he is on the same side as everybody
I'm just saying,
else.
like, I don't agree with him anyway. But I'm just saying, like, your perspective. Just because you family, I can't tell you wrong.
I ain't
or something.
saying that. I'm just saying, like, when it comes from your own, it hurts a little bit more. Yeah. Not saying you don't gotta tell me the truth,
but
just not in front of the world on your show for ratings, and it's gonna help this white guy that owns the whole thing. Like,
I dig
you know
what you're saying. I dig what you're saying.
So you don't feel like there's no truth to it? I feel like some of the stuff he was saying.
No,
truth
I
to
believe
it.
it's truth to it, but I just feel like if everybody is now saying, "See, we told you," even Steve said, like, he got a big platform. You know what I'm saying? So like, the corporations is saying like, "See."
Oh yeah, so it's making it say like, yeah, this black chick was wild.
It's you.
He been showed himself that he'd do anything for them dollars, man. That's Steve Harvey for you.
But that's like, when you really think about it, it comes in with any, you know what I'm saying, when you're working for somebody else for any industry, certain things you just can't say, you just can't do. Sadly, this is the truth to it, though. Certain corporations or people you work for, you need to talk to them a certain way, you need to walk a certain way. It's just part of, you know what I'm saying, what comes along with it.
Even with the business I'm in, it's like, I'm not going to say I can't fully be myself, but it's just certain things you can't do or say just to get a little further. And I battle with that too, bro. It's like, she was saying basically like, he's saying it's not
you got to keep your integrity and
it's
shit.
not a black and white game, it's a money game. That shit sounded so crazy to me. Like, so basically you telling me like, for the right price, you kind of basically do anything. And I'm not that kind of person,
what he was saying?
bro. That's what he said, bro. He dead ass said it.
That part didn't really offend me. What offended me was the whole you can't do certain things. No, the money thing, the money. He's right about that, but
only can't do certain things like what?
The thing that offended me was when he's talking about I gotta do things. I gotta take what he say. I gotta take losses for my family and all that type of stuff. I gotta be a certain way.
He basically saying he'll make a sacrifice.
Yeah, he don't
for the fam.
He gotta do things a certain way because he wouldn't want to take a stance for something and then fall and then hurt his family now.
His family. So that means that something he said something about I don't know his words verbatim, but I remember it was something about he'll belittle his integrity for his family to keep his family and everything
that's
like
what
that.
he basically said.
But it's
people that do that every day. They just don't say it.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. I respect it. I respect that he's saying it. Like, same thing with me and you had a personal conversation about the Liam Neeson thing. It's like with the whole thing about him being racist. I mean, at the end of the day,
about that too.
Oh God,
we could jump into that after. But
I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like it's fucked up what he did, but like you said, there's not a lot of people admitting to what he said, and he apologized for it, whether it's genuine or not. But I mean, like, there's a lot of white people that feel the same way he does, and probably did worse than what he did, and will never tell you in their face or come out publicly and say that they did it. You know what I mean?
And I took a stance on it because he was one of my favorite actors. You know what I'm saying?
So you want to watch another Liam Neeson movie?
I ain't gonna say I won't watch it. I mean, they already out. You know what I'm saying? But what I will
like the
not
new
do,
shit, you
like,
Racist tendencies?
I don't know, bro, because that's a way of life
That's a
for a
harsh one.
lot of people, bro. It's not even it ain't like a mood. Like, oh, I ain't mad no
No,
more.
I think it's for some people just misinformation.
Yeah, you
I
could grow up
personally
with
feel
your
that way.
family teaching you that, and then you learn,
When
you
you
grow,
grow
you
up
see
and
the
live by
world.
yourself,
Yeah,
you
and
start
then you see
realizing,
like,
yo,
oh, that was stupid. Like, why was I?
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
I think Liam is racist, bro. I just feel like him. Like, I think he's racist, bro, because you was a grown man when that happened. You wasn't 13.
But I
You
don't
know, you
like,
wasn't a young boy.
It's tough with me with that because I kind of understood. I kind of understood where he was coming from, like, cause he said somebody like you said a black person raped somebody he loved or some
Yeah,
shit
a
like
black
that.
person raped one of his close female friends.
Oh yeah, or something like that.
Yeah,
Or
and
some
then-
yeah. Some
That's
shit
how
like
Emmett
that.
Till died, bro.
No, I'm not saying he. I'm not. But I'm just saying, like, I try to look at it like with different perspectives. Now, I try to look at it on the other hand too. Say I had a sister and some Hell's Angel or some crazy looking dude from some kind of cult did something to my sister. I can't necessarily say I wouldn't feel the same way he felt at that moment.
You're gonna walk outside with a bat.
I don't know,
and
bro.
Hit the first white boy with a tattoo and a bald head
Or
you see.
Bloods and Crips do it all the time, though.
difference. Fuck them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, no.
Man, that's how.
Nah,
yo,
no disrespect to
you
gangs.
be,
Shout out to
sometimes
my
you be
Bloods and
going to
Crips.
what do you call it?
You fucked with y'all too.
No disrespect to the gangs,
I was
but
about
bro,
to say.
like,
About
you
to
know what I'm
come for your
saying?
ass.
I
Yo,
ain't
bro.
talking about all that.
Well, nah, I'm just saying, like, there's certain perspectives. So, like, you got to look at it, even though you don't want to look at it that way. You got to look at it that way too. You know what I mean? Say, cause you might not catch cuz who shot up your man, but guess what? Niggas go for the gang, right?
Bro, nobody's doing that, bro.
Bro, come on, bro. So you trying to say?
Nobody's doing that though.
So you trying to say nobody?
This nigga is devil's advocate.
But am
nigga.
I lying though? Am I lying?
Say it again. Say
Am
it
I
again.
lying?
You-
Say
Alright,
it again.
If
say-
a blood
say-
ran up to your sister,
A
and smacked
drive-by.
on
No.
her ass or
I'm not
something.
even talking about that.
No, you dragging it now.
Nah, yeah. You added drive-bys.
You
now
drive-bys.
it can be
That's
randoms
totally
now.
different.
Okay.
A blood run up
A
to your
sexual
sister slash
assault
in
or
and slash in the face.
no violence.
Say what
Just
you saying. Say what you-
sexual assault.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Keep it in that category. That nigga said drive-bys.
No. See, no, because it fits your narrative perfect. So I'm telling you my narrative. I'm not gonna fuck with your narrative because you want me to, nigga.
I won.
Get out of
Game over.
Nah, what I'm saying is just like the gang culture, right? Say you a blood and I'm a Crip. You do a drive by, you hit one of my people, and then person die. I can't get you. I know I can't get you, so guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go for your crew, right? That's technically almost the same type of thing. Maybe not the exact same thing, but that kind of same mentality.
But this is what I'm saying. The grouping of all black people
Yeah,
to
that was
rape.
a bad thought.
That's racist, bro. That's what he did.
Yeah, but I'm not disagreeing. I agree with that. But it could go the other way around too. Say, if a white man did that to a black person, I could see a black person feeling the same way he did.
I wouldn't feel that way about white people. That's
you.
That's just me. But at the end of the day, that's the right thing to do.
I understand. But that's just like saying. That's just like saying only. But that's just like saying that's.
You know, it's a good example.
What?
Sorry to cut you off.
Uh-huh.
It's like how black people feel about cops. Like a lot of black people say, "Oh, they pigs," or they don't like cops. They don't fuck with cops and shit like that. Cops is, you know what I mean, shit. That's how a lot of black people look at cops. So that's a stereotype now too that black people have on cops. So it's the same kind of thing. You know what I'm saying, like Liam Neeson. He got told something or he absorbed something, and now he generalized everybody that way.
Yeah,
I don't like cops at all. And
That's actually a good example because I'm kind of like that with cops. But I still try to like not have that in my mind because I try to give every individual the benefit of the doubt as a person.
which you should.
Bro,
I
all
mean,
these cops
and
killing
I- and I-
innocent people, not one of us in this room thought about, you know what, when I go outside, the first cop I
that's
see.
an extreme. That was an extreme. Yes,
Nah, I get
agree.
it, but I'm just
That's
saying,
what
like,
Liam Neeson did.
Liam Neeson did that, bro.
Yeah,
And
that's
he,
it.
Oh,
like,
so you don't think cops get shot because of stuff like that?
I ain't say that, Junior.
So
What are you saying? How many times do you hear that?
it doesn't matter how much times. We're talking about that one situation, right? So does it happen or does it
One
not
time,
happen?
that
One
happens.
time.
So
Yes,
is
that
that-
happens.
Does it happen or does it not happen? That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about
How
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 many
many times
times.
do it happen the other way, though?
Huh? No, I agree with you. That it happens a lot. But that's like saying, oh, since a white person's racist, a black person can't be racist.
Nah, they can.
So that's what I'm saying. So it could happen either or. It could happen both ways.
I think
Yeah,
we'd be more
but I'm
cool with
just
it if a
saying,
black
like-
person is racist. Like, oh, you don't
Facts.
like white niggas?
Nah,
fact.
nah.
It's a
That
fact.
ain't true, bro.
Fact.
That ain't true. That
That's true. That's super true, bro.
Yo,
Hell
D. Yes,
no.
that's facts,
Super
bro.
true, bro.
That's facts.
So you be like, so you would wild out on the black?
Hell yeah, bro.
Well, that's you, East.
Nah,
Bro, you got a
if
little
I got-
racist in you too, bro. Don't do that.
How?
You got a little prejudice to the. You got a little
Oh, we
prejudice to
know
the-
you got
to the
prejudice
moist
in you.
people.
We
To
know
the
you got
moist-
prejudice.
Y'all doing too much.
Oh.
I just said I don't agree with a certain lifestyle. I didn't say I'm gonna hurt them and do something to them. That's a total different ball game. Just because I don't agree with you, don't mean I want harm.
It's
to
not a
come your way.
stereotype. It's a preference.
Hey, look, man.
I don't think that you would be so up in arms if you chill with a black person that didn't like white people, though. Like how you up in
I
arms
would just
about
be
Liam
like,
Neeson
bro,
right
you
now.
need to get out because it's like I don't want to hear you complaining about white people all day.
Yeah, I
like
wouldn't
it'll
want
get
that.
annoying. The first few times it's like, yeah, you crazy. Then it's like, white people, bro, it's a show. You don't want to watch no TV now? Like, we can't enjoy the show because like, come on, it'll get annoying.
That's extreme.
BT
Like,
only, nigga.
you better be the only person that buy black in this whole damn world, like fully buy black. You can't drive, you can't do nothing. 'Cause
Gotta walk
man.
it. Like,
You remember the Clayton Bigsby thing?
Oh, Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Like you got people like that the opposite way though. Like you got people that's like black inside but white outside. You know what I'm saying? So they'd be like, yeah, you know, pro this, pro that, da 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 da, and not telling their black friends like, yo, I dip in the white. You know what I'm saying? I like white girl. They, you know, some people be fronting, bro, and it's like it's okay, like who you like.
who we like.
That don't make you less black or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, you right, but tell somebody that's super pro black,
Pro-black.
and then they
Oh,
dating
they-
white women. Nigga, they getting killed. They're gonna get killed.
That's true.
That's what they said about Farrakhan, right?
Well, what about Farrakhan?
Like
He
he's
dates white women?
pro-black and he got like.
He don't date white women. No way.
I don't know.
I heard that he got like white wives or had
Wouldn't even
white
be
wives or
surprised,
something
man.
like
No
that.
way. Farrakhan?
That would be
Yeah,
crazy.
that's what
though.
I heard. I don't know if it's true or not. I never seen his wife or anything. So
No
I don't
Most
way.
of
Yeah,
most of
you
these
gotta do
pro
the
black,
research on
most
that
of these
one.
pro black guys, activists out there, they be having light skin to like damn near white wives.
I agree, but I'm just saying for him to be like the leader of this
Yeah.
like, Muslim thing.
That would surprise me too. I ain't gonna hold you.
like I don't know, like you know what I mean? Like
just saying.
I can't call it.
Very
I've heard
possible.
some things, man.
Swine, my brother.
We talking about black, whites, you know, LGBT community, the gay people, and all that.
Why
kind
y'all
of
do
stuff.
that? Hold on.
We got
just
yo.
ease up.
We gotta add them in because that's what
No,
we have
I'm
to
saying
do.
why
at
y'all
this
do that? Like making it seem like I hate people.
What people? What people
What
do
kind
you
of people
refer
you
to?
talking about?
I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all be wilding.
All right, they got this other story. I don't know how you pronounce this guy's name. Jesse Smollett.
Smollett.
Oh,
Smollett.
Jesse Smollett?
Smollett. or
What a
something.
perfect
Smollett.
Team Empire.
He's on Empire.
That's that shit that Judy be doing to me. That's the shit that get niggas tight.
Why you looking at me like that? I just said Team Empire. I was part of it.
Oh, okay. I was like, he said Team Empire. I was like, what? One really into that.
You
thing.
like
What?
Empire.
Nah, I used to watch it.
Back in the day, I stopped watching.
I
that,
stopped
like,
watching
long
it too.
time
I
ago.
stopped watching it a long time ago. Yeah.
Power took over, bro.
Why you stop watching? A lot of people say they start
I
watching.
never watched it.
It started to go a lot of this.
Nah, I ain't never watched it.
Nah, it was getting out of hand after a while. I was like, nah, now y'all dragging.
I didn't stop watching it.
What you think about that Jesse Smollett shit?
Bro, if he did this, he should go to jail, bro.
Basically, the story is that
yeah.
he
Sorry
said
about
that he was attacked, and the people who attacked him were basically, passing racial slurs and all those kind of things. Technically, he said they poured Clorox on him, they wrapped a rope around his neck, all these kind of stuff. So, there was an investigation by the police, et cetera, and the police actually came up with evidence that they have saying that he hired these people to attack him. So basically, it's a lie. People didn't really attack him. I watched the interview he did with Robin Roberts. He went into detail and said that, this is something that really happened. He's hurt by the allegation that people are saying that he faked it, he didn't fake it, blase, blase. But a lot of people are like, they don't know if to believe him or not believe him. I don't know how you guys feel about it, though.
I feel like, look, if it happened to him, I hope they catch whoever did it. If it didn't,
Just discuss.
you can't weaponize your preference and your sexuality, bro. Like, don't use being gay as a weapon against, like, for whatever reason, like whether it's to promote the show or I don't know his reason behind wanting to do that.
They saying because they was gonna write his character off on the show.
No way.
That's what I heard, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, they're gonna write it.
Stuff like that comes up when stories come up now. Like
Yeah, that's true.
they'll use that story now to piggyback. Oh, this was the reason why he did it. It might not have even been that, but
I was giving him the benefit of the doubt, but the way the story sounded, it sounded too cliche. Like the exact thing, like the way the story was, like the exact thing they would do, like to hate hate a group, pour Clorox on you, beat you up, call you these slurs. And I'm just like, it just sounds too. It just sounds like a typical story of the way things will go.
Where would you find the black dudes? Like, if this is all fake, where did them two dudes come from?
From what they said those two dudes was gonna either get a role or they have been in like a episode, something like that they said.
Too much.
Those two people,
too much story. They
been
found two black guys
Yeah.
that did it, but allegedly it was white guys that did it. Like, I don't understand.
No,
So
he
like,
wanted to
we
paint,
thought it was white
He
because
wanted
they
to paint a
said
picture
MAGA
that it
life.
was white guys. He wanted to paint the picture that it was white guys.
Yeah, by saying
but it
MAGA
wasn't white
country.
guys. To something about the black guys that they did catch, they had receipts on them, and those receipts were purchased. The rope that he technically said that they wrapped him with, they actually bought a rope.
And they
from,
said the money
our
was
store.
given to them by him to buy it.
So I
yo,
mean,
if it's not true, bro,
that's disgusting. To me,
that's
it's
not.
not.
That's
That's
that's,
gonna fuck up
that's,
the
a,
show.
that's a
It's
different.
gonna-
That's
it's
a
gonna-
different level of
Show different.
attention seeking.
Clout.
bro.
Yeah.
That shit is
Clout.
crazy, bro. Like
The show is going to be done.
you
though.
like that's. Do you know how much time and effort you had to like premeditate to put all this together, and knowing the consequences if it was a lie? Like I said, I still don't know if it's true or not. But like if it's not, like that's wild, crazy, and
Bro,
wild,
that's a
ridiculous, bro.
key example of weaponizing these movements, bro. Whether it's LGBT, whether it's Me Too. I'm not saying there's not real victims
Whether
in
it's
these
black
situations,
people, it could be black.
but there's people out there that's evil enough to use that shit as a money grab, bro.
Let
And
me
that's
ask
the
you.
problem.
Let me ask you something.
Oh God.
Nah, it's not even not even that bad. Believe
Let me
it or
let me
not. It's not even that
let me
bad.
put you in
You
it.
smirk, you smirking. We scared.
Nah, it's not even that bad. Do you think it'll be right if the LGBT community shy away from him now?
Yeah.
I think they should because
think
now
they
that
should?
that puts
Because
them,
you-
that making them look crazy.
That make them look
You
crazy.
know,
Yeah.
if I go out and say, yeah, I was beat by Klansmen, they're like, wait, in New York City? They're like, the lies come out, and then it's like, bro, you using your blackness as a sympathy card. Like, don't do that.
I think it would kind of give them a bad rep too. Like how you capable of even think about doing something like that, and you know that thing happened in real life.
Exactly.
You know,
But
it's
I
looking
feel
kinda-
like helping your community is helping your community, good or bad. You know what I mean? You gotta stand strong. You know what I mean? You can't just use your community just for like the positive things or something for clout for you, something that give you good media. And when somebody like at the end of the day, he's still a gay guy. You know what I mean? He's still part of your community. So just because you do something wrong, they're gonna push you away from your community.
That's what
like
they
that?
do. What is it called? The cancel era. That's what we're in.
Quick question: Is
Yeah,
clout a
cancel
real
you.
word or that's an urban word?
Yeah,
No,
that
it's
should
a
be in
real
the
word.
dictionary if it ain't
I think
already.
it's a real
It's
word.
in the word.
Dictionary type shit.
Yeah, it's in the word. It's a real word. But I think the LGBT community won't shy away from him. If anything, they'll be one of those. Oh, he's hurt because he's part of
Oh,
this.
they're gonna spin it. You
Yeah,
said
they're
they're
gonna
gonna spin
spin it. All the trauma
Maybe.
he's been through in life has called him to seek out attention. They'll spin
Maybe.
this
They'll
around.
finesse
But
They'll be
honestly,
more-
personally,
We need to stick with each other like that.
Yeah,
Nah, we
personally, I
don't.
just feel it'll be
by
wrong.
yourself.
Don't get me wrong. He's fucked up. If what they say is true, is fucked up.
Yeah,
But like
I think
for
it's
your
OD.
community, just shit on. Okay, just because I ain't do something the right way or I made a mistake, you're just gonna. I'm not.
The black
it's not
community.
like
I
I'm
just
not
about to
gonna
say
say
that. We be canceling
do that
niggas
to
every
each
day.
other every
Nah,
day.
we hold niggas down.
Bro,
We
nobody
do,
give
we
it-
hold
do,
niggas
but
down.
we be
Bro.
canceling people too.
What?
Black people?
What?
Who they held down?
Oh,
People
don't do that, don't do
people
that,
still
don't
to
do
hold
that.
Cosby down?
Oh
Come
man,
on,
Cosby's
June.
out of here, bro.
No,
No,
women,
people, some
he's
people
done.
still hold.
He's
I'm
done
just
with
saying,
it.
black community. Some people still hold
Bro.
Cosby
No,
down.
they don't,
Yes,
bro.
they do. Yes, they do.
Come
A lot of
on.
people
Bro.
still.
A lot of people do.
We can
A
use,
lot of men
so
do.
we can
Bro.
use Bow Wow with his situation when he got beat up. They laughed at him.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
I guarantee you get a room full of black women right now.
Of course, women.
Okay,
bro.
black women. Okay,
Okay,
that's
so that's part of the black
demographic.
community.
All right, but that's not not
Are you
everybody in the
exempting
black
black
community.
women from the community, June?
Hold on, wasn't you?
Are you exempting black women from the
That's nice. But hold on. But remember when you weren't you holding down Cosby?
Yeah, that's me though. That's not.
But you part of the black community?
Yes.
All right, you're a part of the
but-
black community, just like black women are
But
part
I'm
of the black
such a
community.
minute part of the black community. I'm talking about.
Like, I don't count.
Lowered himself like I'm not even
I'm
in
talking about
the spectrum
bro-
of the
the-
black
The
community.
the
lowest
broader
of the
amount of
low.
black people, son.
It's
They be
black
giving
women.
the black women, black people. They give up on the black people quick, bro.
I agree,
Quick,
but
son.
there's something we hold down, negative or positive.
Bro, just like another example, when Eve didn't even hear the whole story about Chris Brown and already was like, he should feel da-da-da-da because just because you a superstar, everybody ain't got, and then next minute, you know, the bitch was lying.
Yeah.
And now she like, oh, well, I'm sorry. I was
But
just
you know,
speaking from
people,
a
I
passionate-
wouldn't say just black women. People are impulsive. That's how people are. Especially now, especially this era. People see something on social media right away. Quick.
But I just said those things because I wanted you to see. Black people don't stick by black people, bro.
I think we do.
We
I think
dismiss
we
each
do.
other
Look at Jesse
quick.
Jackson. Jesse Jackson shit on Barack Obama when he was when,
That's dismissing them.
huh? What?
Black people don't fuck with no Jesse Jackson, nigga.
You don't think people fuck? I don't know.
Nah, yo, I ain't gonna hold you. Like his ratings in the black community, I feel like,
But
is
he's
way
still
down.
there.
Drop that
No,
nigga.
it is
From
down.
back in the day.
It is down. But I'm just saying. But he's still part of our community, ain't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So don't say like, oh, we just this. Or
But
we,
it's like
we
you're a
banned
part,
him. We banished
but
him.
we not gonna acknowledge you. Like you here, but we're gonna look past you and hold Cardi. in
Curve
that
you.
spot. Like we replace people. Like that's
We I mean we
Black
replace
delegation would like to trade.
Nah. We replace positions. I agree with that, but we can't. We don't banish them. We don't banish them. I don't think.
I think we banished a few
Banished him,
people, bro.
son.
Like who? Give me
Like
an example.
Flavor
Cosby be banished
Flav.
that man.
We don't want him back.
Nah.
talk about-
Nah,
But,
people
when did we praise Flavor Flav,
People,
bro?
yeah, people fuck
Nah,
with
you bugging.
when his shows was on, everybody was watching.
Everybody
Oh, well,
He was
I
like
don't
the
be-
first one. With,
We
the
paying
first
attention to
one,
that
yeah.
fucker.
You know who they need to ban right now though?
Kels is gone right now.
Friggin'
Kels is gone.
I don't
These
think
niggas-
he's gone.
These niggas,
I
they
don't
scared to
think
play
he's gone.
Kelly in the club, nigga.
Oh,
These
y'all
niggas facts.
y'all didn't play Kels?
No, they scared. bro.
What about tracks he produced like bump bump bump?
Nah,
Y'all
that,
don't
that,
play
that real. Long as you hear, bro,
If you
R.
hear
Kelly,
Kelly,
bro,
up
gotta
on
play
there,
with caution.
Oh,
I play with caution.
your
Bro, they're not
body
playing
is-
bump
Bro.
anyway.
Yeah, nigga, I play that shit.
Bro,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
go-
watch.
I
I'm
go
going to a
hold you. I
party.
have
Just
not
like, yo,
touched
you know it's
no
R.
R.
Kelly,
Kelly.
right?
That's why I play because nobody know that.
Bro,
Now, I
that
haven't
means
touched
you
no
can't
R. Kelly
play
record.
No,
I haven't.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
speaking
I play
of
with
that,
caution.
Yo,
I ain't gonna
speaking
hold
of that, I worked at a junior high school last week, and the DJ played 6ix9ine, and then some of the little kids, we don't fuck with rats. Get that nigga off the
No. You dead ass?
That's a fact, boy.
the cancel culture is in effect.
Yikes!
Damn, I'm telling you,
We don't
bro.
fuck with rats. I was
He
like,
Mexican
yo.
though, so yeah.
I don't know, man. I
Shout
don't
that
even
man
think
to
him. You don't know if he
I don't
Mexican?
think young is not. I don't think youngins respect the no snitching rule anyway. They don't. I don't think they live in that
The
rule.
nigga that said that told on somebody. Like the little kid.
It's
that
not
said
as
that
strong
probably
as
told
it
on
used to be,
somebody.
but it's still prevalent.
Bro,
It's not as strong.
I think they
but
say it because it's
when
true.
you-
Like I said, it's snitching to the convenience for your convenience.
this is what I'm saying, bro. When you become a civilian,
Yeah, I'm a
there's none of that.
civilian. I'm a snitch.
6ix9ine.
Nah, don't say that like that,
6ix9ine,
bro.
Yeah,
So
say that.
on this.
Call it
I
what
got
you
crazy.
want, bro.
Is a
I've
civilian.
never broke the law in a.
So you
like,
snitch.
I'm
So
a-
you snitch on people on his room. In
Nah,
his
not
room.
in his room.
Bro,
But
you gotta realize we're not doing
you
nothing
you put me in a
snitchable.
compromising situation. I'm snitching on you. I'm sorry.
Bro, a fan comes in.
I respect. Happy. I know that.
His snitching is
No,
something.
you ain't doing nothing to get.
I'm gonna keep.
I'm
I'm
just
gonna
saying.
keep
Don't
it
put
above.
me in no
I'm
compromising
just saying.
I'ma
situation.
keep it
Future
above.
reference though. It's going back in my head.
It's easier.
I respect it though. I
it's
respect you. Let me
easy-
know.
It's easier to snitch with it's when it's. It's easier to snitch when it's easier to snitch
Convenient.
It's not your man.
when it's not your man's. So right now, him snitching.
Is he wrong for snitching on the dude that was fucking his
Hell
baby
yeah.
moms behind his back?
No, he's not wrong.
No,
bro.
he was living. He was,
Some of his
he was
snitching is
living
warranted,
he
bro.
was, he was living a thug life.
that really
Some of
warranted
it-
a
some of it is
snitching, though.
warranted.
No,
bro.
no, no.
Hell yeah. It's
No, no.
wrong.
No, he was living that life like that. He was living that life. So to me, you living that life. No matter
gotta abide
no
by
matter
the rules.
you gotta abide by the
Right,
rules. No
right.
matter
That-
how wrong your
exactly.
man is, you still gotta abide
Exactly.
by.
If you live that life.
That's true.
Keyword.
If you're living that life. But if he's faking like he's living that life, then what?
I don't know.
If he's faking it,
Yeah, what if
then
he wasn't
looking,
living
then-
that life,
then
he was just faking
he
it?
looking crazy.
Like,
then.
man's
Regardless,
around
he's looking
him,
crazy.
His man's around him was doing all that. He was just faking like he was a part of that.
You should have stepped yourself out of it because at the
Yep.
end of the day, yo,
Yeah.
you ride with real niggas. Real niggas shit happens. What you gonna
That's a
do?
fact.
Nah.
All right, so
it's
now
called-
I'm
remove
hearing
yourself.
Also, I'm hearing also that other people is telling on him too.
All right. I mean, it's
So
still
like, how does it work?
So if somebody snitch on you, it's okay to snitch back.
Nigga ain't. saying yes. I'm just
No,
asking.
you live that life.
I'm
that-
asking you.
Circumstance.
I'm asking you.
Nah,
That-
if
the
you in
circumstance,
that, you
bro.
in that.
Yeah, exactly. Once you
But
in
what
that,
I'm
in that
saying- what I'm
fully,
saying
like
is-
there's no snitching.
What
I'm not in
saying
that.
is
So
like, look
Mhm.
at somebody like Gucci Man, right? Now, let's say somebody say, oh, in jail, I fucked up Gucci Man or whatever the case may be, right? Now, based on Gucci Man's history and past, he's a tough guy.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is that when your past come back or whatever come back to haunt you, and you're a civilian, how are you supposed to act towards that?
it
Because
depends.
some
If
of the
you-
stuff that with 6ix9ine happened before he even was on, like some of the charges he's getting.
Yeah.
All of it is not just like all the recent shit.
Mhm.
So like that's what I'm saying. Like they charging him with stuff that I don't think he was even like about that life then.
Oh, so now that I'm a gangster, anything happened before my time as a gangster.
Nah,
Before
no,
my
gangster.
gangster,
But when
my
I
gangster
converted
initiation.
to a gangster, I can't snitch on that. But the stuff that I wasn't when I wasn't converted to a gangster yet, I can snitch on
I'm
those
mad
stuff.
you have to break it down that way, but that's how
his situation is very sticky. But like
it's just like it's
honestly,
can't-
bro,
you're
being
not
from the hood,
supposed
my
to
nigga,
snitch.
You're not
once,
supposed to snitch.
once you
I'm
in
sorry.
there, that's it,
I
bro.
would never.
You gotta
nah.
take
Once
all
you
the
in
L's
that
that
life,
come with it.
period.
Nah.
You gotta take the
But
L's
that's
that come
but
with
that's
it.
what I'm
Trust me,
saying.
I
It's like if
understand
we
that
civilians,
completely.
bro,
I
my
understand
nigga,
that
you got
completely.
family, you got a lot of shit.
Nigga,
I'm a
he ain't think about
law-abiding
to snitch,
citizen.
bro. He knew about all of that
Never
before he
do
was
nothing.
doing what he was
Of
doing. bro.
course, of
I
course.
understand
He gotta-
all
you
that.
gotta- you gotta
Good
take
rules
responsibility
apply
for all
and
of
all of that. But what I'm saying is,
Uh-huh.
this nigga is a tax-paying civilian. Whether you, first of all, they dumb for even allowing him to be engaged in it.
They dumb. He's dumb.
He did it. Like, you act like they forced him to do
because
it.
he's paying niggas to do shit. You know what I'm saying? They dumb. They know he gonna tell. How you can't see him and know he not like he's going to tell, bro?
Hey, dumb on both sides, but still, snitching is snitching. You're
All
not
right,
supposed
so
to.
you're just as dumb. Why would I
Correct.
do a crime with a nigga that
Yes.
I know is going to snitch?
Correct. Like I'm not disagreeing. They both stupid.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, yo, snitching is not right in any way you put it. No, you're not supposed to. No,
It
no
ain't
snitching.
right. But I'm just saying, all right, so like a civilian. Now let's change that because that was the argument that I was kind of thinking about when this topic came up.
Civilian.
If you're a civilian, right, and let's say you come from the street, but you're not a street dude. Somebody do something to your man. Do you seek justice yourself, even though you're a civilian, or do you go to the cops? How does that work?
Civilian.
Mr. Officer. Snitching.
I don't know. You say you
I
you
don't-
snitching?
I'm snitching.
Oh, I don't know, man. It's really tough. It's really tough because it's like you got to remember where the whole no snitching stuff came because we did that even like that's basically Black Panthers days if you believe it or not. Because basically black people in our communities we feel like we should police ourselves and not let people from the outside of our communities police us, right?
Yeah.
So that's how that whole no snitching thing come. Because we don't snitch on our people to give our people
Like
away.
the Jewish
We'll police
community.
it within our community. Yeah. That's how that whole no snitching thing
But
came
if you
up.
know you ain't about that life, you just don't seek retaliation. I know I'm not the kind of nigga that if one of my mans, let's just say one of my mans get into an altercation, something happen, and he dies, God forbid.
So your
I
retaliation
know that.
is
I
that
know
you
that.
call 911.
I know that. I know that. Most likely, my retaliation is not
It's called
as
911.
gangster enough to pull out a gag and go shoot that dude.
Uh-huh.
So the next
So-
best thing is to tell the cops so he can get locked
So
up.
rather-
so that's my.
So rather not take that L, so you rather call 911.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
I mean that's your
not
opinion,
my
but
life.
I-
I'm
that's
not gonna
your-
kill you.
I
If you're
agree.
not-
That-
if you're
I-
not-
That's what I'm saying.
I understand.
So,
I
as a
understand.
civilian, I don't have
I
I
understand
don't
your
have those
perspective.
rules.
That's just not me.
I don't respect those rules that you live by
Like, don't
because
put your gangster rules on civilians.
I understand
That's what
that.
I'm trying to say.
I understand that. No, I totally understand that. But you can understand why other niggas will blackball you.
I don't care. That
All
doesn't
right,
bother me.
No, I understand that.
at
but
the
I'm
end of
just
the day,
saying
you
you
know
have to.
that- you know-
So
What
let me
would
give
you
you the
do?
circumstance.
What would you do?
If I'm not gonna retaliate or have the heart to, I gotta take that L. I
Okay.
can't snitch on them. I can't snitch.
Wait.
It's not-
Wait.
But you're not.
Wait. Let me. You a regular
Wait.
civilian.
Yeah.
Somebody come and do something to you or your family. You gonna just be like, all right, I'ma just.
If I don't got the heart to do nothing, yeah, I'm gonna have to take that
Nah,
L.
That's dumb, bro.
What? So call the
Dumb,
cops?
bro.
No, that's honestly, that's not.
That's not me either. I don't really
I'm not gonna
affiliate
say-
myself with
it
the
ain't-
cops.
it ain't-
I
like,
don't
this is
really
what I'm
affiliate
saying.
myself with the
So-
cops
so-
either,
so-
bro.
But
But
myself.
Go ahead.
This
you
is
just
why
because
a lot of
you're
shit-
against calling the cops, automatically you like, you know what? I'm just gonna take that L, bro. Nah, my nigga, I gotta do something back, bro. Gotta do something.
So
back to
you call
son.
911,
I'm not saying I'm gonna call the cops, but something has to happen.
but
son.
don't.
I have to
put
do
that-
something
Don't
back.
even say that out loud, though.
Say what?
What you gonna say? See what I'm saying? That's why I stopped what I said.
The words in niggas' mouth. I've said what I just said. I'm not saying I'm gonna call the cops, but I'm not gonna not do nothing, bro. I gotta do
Don't
something.
say that either.
What are you talking about? Somebody do something to me on my side, I'm doing something back, bro.
Right.
Either I'm gonna do something personally.
He's basically saying you're ratting on yourself. Now.
Yeah, don't
I
say
don't get what
that.
y'all saying. We talking
He's saying like you're telling on yourself now by saying you're gonna do something.
You the type to do something.
Yes, I'm gonna do something.
But,
I'm gonna do something.
yeah, but
I'm not gonna not do
that's
something.
natural. I think anybody would do
But yeah,
anything.
but that's what I'm saying.
That's
That's
me,
okay to
nigga.
feel
I'm
that
doing
way.
something.
But that's okay to feel that way. That's how I personally
But
feel.
see,
If I'm not gonna do nothing.
June ain't trying to answer the question.
Yeah.
son.
Junior, I
I'm
think
actually-
I'm not
he
snitching.
answered.
I
He
answered
said
it.
he already
I'm
answered.
not
You
snitching.
ain't got to snitch, and you're a civilian, right? You're not gonna tell the cops.
So what are you gonna do?
You don't have the access to hurt this person because let's say they clapped your man.
Oh, he already said it. He's just gonna take the L.
You gonna have to take the L.
You just going.
Yeah, you gonna have to take the L. 'Cause guess what? You snitch, they find out you a snitch in the hood. Guess what? It's not just your life in danger. Your whole family life in danger.
All fun. Nah, let me stop.
Oh,
Regular people
right.
now
We talking in
that
general
works
now.
a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Have no ties with the underworld.
Would you
Why
judge?
the
Would
fuck
you
would
judge
you-
that person?
No.
no, I wouldn't judge
Hell
them
no.
either. But
Hell
there's
no.
consequences to this shit though. You gotta accept the
Of
consequences.
course, nigga. You know if you call the
That
cops,
person's
there's gonna be consequences.
Just call the cops and move out
it's
the hood.
consequences to not.
Exactly. When you call out, you gotta make plans to move out.
All right.
Yep.
And
All
it's
right, so then why don't you
consequences
do
to
that?
not.
Huh?
You could do that.
I'm not built like that.
All right. So to not tell is consequences too because now you got to see this nigga at the corner store every day.
That's if you choose to take that out.
But you
gonna
choose to take the L.
it
That's
because
Oh,
what
if you choose to take
you're
it,
scared to say something.
yeah. If you
so
choose,
you
yeah.
going-
Well, if you choose to take the L, I mean, if you can't do nothing
a
about
nigga
it,
that's scared to say something ain't gonna do nothing.
you right.
So either way, bro.
What? No, but you not hearing what I'm saying. I said if you can't do nothing about it, you gotta have to take the L.
I'm sorry.
Why you gotta call 911? Like you, I don't know. I mean, if that's how you.
So-
Yo,
know,
bro, I'm with the no snitching shit too, bro. But I'm on some. I don't want to call it tit for tat.
call it.
You're not doing harm
My
to my
thing-
family,
and that's
I'm just
understandable.
letting you get away
And
with
I
it, bro.
I understand. That's understandable.
Not just letting this shit.
I'm
I'm
just
not
not
gonna
gonna
just
say
take the
it.
L,
I'm
bro.
just
I'm
not
not taking
gonna
the
say
L,
it
my
blatantly.
nigga.
Nah, but that's how it come off though.
Well,
Like
I'm
you
not
just
saying
take
it
it,
blatantly.
not do nothing.
Somebody do
you,
something to me?
You
Yeah,
can't
I'm in the
shoot.
hood.
You're not gonna shoot. You're not gonna call the cops. So it's like, what are you gonna do? What are you going to do?
I don't want to get too personal, but imagine somebody do some shit like that to your mom, bro. You could just gonna take the L,
All
my
right.
nigga?
Do you know me?
Yes.
Do you think I would let? Like,
But the way you sounded like
Bro.
you would take the L, bro. That's what you saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how it sounds like.
I'm saying that for a reason. He's understand why
Bro,
I'm
I
saying that.
But he doesn't want the public knowing.
Fuck that, my nigga. Talk your shit, bro. So,
Yeah, I
what you
mean-
scared of, my nigga?
Heard you.
Say what you gotta say,
You're
my
not
nigga.
going to kill nobody.
Yeah, I'm
so
not
you
gonna
can
kill
say it.
nobody. Yeah.
Time is against us, so
There
we're
you go.
moving to the final segment of the evening.
Bottom line is, civilians, feel free to
Yes.
protect your family.
All right.
But just be careful of the consequences.
Papa flop. First on the docket, NBA All-Star Weekend. It was a game, some slam dunk contest. How you guys feel about it? Was it a pop for you or was it a flop for you?
It was a flop because I had a gig.
Oh,
Trash.
yeah, watch it.
I like 3-point contest and I like the skills, but
Yo, every year I be hearing like it's getting whacking.
Nah,
Yeah,
you know what?
it kinda is.
It's weird because it came back with Zach LaVine and Eric Gordon.
2016, right?
Yeah, that it was like 2 years. They did it both. It came back with them two, but I felt like those two are like the only players that are creative and actually look good when they're
On
dunking.
first attempts.
Yeah, like exactly, and they caught it on first attempts. So besides those 2 years, I would say it has about a 10-15 year gap of just trash.
Yeah.
Basura. Flop for me.
I ain't watch it.
Yeah, it was trash then.
Damn, for real.
Nah, it
I'm
was
surprised you ain't
garbage,
watch it.
bro.
Nah, I
Like
don't really-
the
I'm not
best
big
thing
on
about
All-Star
All-Star Weekend
Weekend
to me
anymore.
was the 3-point contest. That was the only shit where I was like, oh, this shit is good.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it was just like even the
Flopping
game.
to- What everybody's been talking about lately, LeBron James, will he make the playoffs or won't he make the playoffs? Papa flop for you.
Oh shit. I'm going to say flop.
I never count a guy like LeBron out. Yes, he make the playoff. Pop.
Oh God.
Pop.
I'm undecided on this. If I had to pick, I would probably say Pop.
Same way I feel with you is like, yo, they would have to have a big run this second half. But I mean, like Hypa said,
looking kind of scarce right now.
yeah.
though.
But like Hypa said, I can't count that man
You
out.
right.
True.
So I'll say Pop too. Well, it's iffy. It's iffy Pop.
iffy pop.
Yeah, word.
I would say Pop because I know that's what the NBA want to see. him.
So
in
they gonna make him get there some way
You know what I'm
somehow.
saying?
Right?
No, the last two that's like tied up right now for the.
Nah, I'm just, my bad. I'll let you know after.
The last two that's tied up now for the 8th spot is the Clippers, which was just traded away their best player, and then Sacramento, which hasn't made the playoffs in umpteenth years. So, like, I see it's a possibility. So.
Yeah, I mean, the plop.
In between, right?
Yeah.
Moving on. Cap makes the NFL team next year. Pop or flop?
Too early, flop.
No.
I just thought that.
Too early.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's too early. Right now, I would say flop.
So
No.
you saying 2020?
No, next year is
Next
2020.
season.
Like August?
This season coming up.
Okay.
1920 season.
Mm-hmm. I would love to see him, but I don't think that any of the owners are going to really
That's a no.
make a move, so I'm just going to say flop.
I'm going on a limb here. I'm going to say pop.
I can't call it, so I can't call it.
We're going to get back to this episode about that.
I say pop
right.
because
Thank you.
whichever team he gets signed to is going to get a tremendous amount of support.
Yeah.
A lot of scrutiny, too.
Yes, sir.
They're going to get some more scrutiny first and then mad support from the black community.
It's going to get a
Correct.
You
it's
gotta
gonna
just
get a
hope
lot
he
of
perform well.
support because
Yeah, that's
you got
another
people
thing,
that,
too.
Yeah.
Well, he might
People wanna-
sign as a backup, so he might not ever play. So.
The racist owners going to be looking at their partners like, yo, what are you doing?
And then they're going to be like, oh, God, look at the endorsements. Oh, my God, look at all these organizations that now want to be a part of the team because we signed them. We're the good guys now.
Maybe. We don't know. We'll see.
So the
So
and
I say a
watch.
pop.
2019 start musically. How you guys feel like the year started off musically? Is it a pop for you or is it a flop for
Trash.
you?
Still early, but man, I like it. Flop.
So far, trash.
Making that
It's a
shit
fact.
crazy.
Flop.
Flop things.
Flop, I guess.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad.
So we're in the second month, and I haven't bumped nothing in my car.
I be bumping old shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just
facts.
playing the Swiss Beats album, just 2 songs.
Yeah.
2018.
Well, which
was
albums?
musically was
Which
lit.
albums or project or even EPs?
Nobody
Yeah,
really
coming
caring.
Nobody really
I
first.
Still
think,
early,
I think
your first
Gun,
quarter.
Gun, Gun about to drop, but that's a whole nother topic.
I
I think Kendrick is
I
working
like his
on
new
something.
song.
I think Kendrick is working on something.
Oh.
It's
I
a
saw
slow first
him and
quarter.
They got Drake dropping old shit again. Like, he dropped his
Yeah.
first album. So I'm just
10
like,
years ago, I think.
What, So Far Gone, right?
Yeah, I saw that shit
Gone,
on iTunes. I'm like, what?
re-release. Like, I don't want
Yeah, I'm like, what?
to listen to this shit again. Give him
I
more.
mean, I did play it, though. I ain't gonna hold you.
I don't know who's seen it so far, but Mr. Glass movie, pop or flop, right side.
Didn't see it.
That Samuel L. shit.
yeah.
I'm
Yes.
good, love.
You ain't like it?
He ain't see
No,
it.
no, I saw the preview. I'm not even interested in that movie, but
I
I'm
ain't
good.
see it yet. It's ain't no clear copy on the Showbox. Ain't no clear copy on
What's up
Showbox.
with supporting our
Pop,
community?
pop.
our community? That's made by a
Very
white
well.
man. No, that made
That's
by
an Indian
M.
dude.
Night
man.
Shyamalan.
Shyamalan.
Pop,
Minority is
pop,
black.
pop for me.
I fucks
Phenomenal
with it.
movie.
You watched it?
Yeah, watch it.
You watched it?
Yeah.
Bootleg?
Nah, I went to the movie.
Went to the
Oh,
yeah,
so you
entrepreneur,
support
bro.
the Indian brother, but you
Damn
watch Black
it, man.
Panther
Nah.
on
Oh, come on,
Netflix
let's not do
6
that.
months
That
That
after
nigga Rello
it came
changing out here.
Entrepreneur vibes.
It was good. It was
He out
good.
here changing on niggas.
Moving on.
It's a pop for me.
Nah, it was a pop. It was a pop. Mr. Glass was fire.
Yes, sir, man. It's the Oddly Similar Podcast.
Yep,
we are
yep,
back
yep,
here.
yep.
Yeah,
Everything is
yeah.
looking good. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud. We on there. On podcast on the Apple Joint. We on there. We on everything, man.
Spotify and all that.
Spotify, everything.
YouTube.
I am Rello, and to the right of me, I have.
DJ Dane-Ja.
DJ Hypa.
Darren.
Joan.
Ease.
Yes, sir. Oddly Similar Podcast
Yep,
over
yep,
and
yep,
now.
The Oddly Similar Podcast.